So what do I think about Chuck Norris as a martial arts movie actor? I always felt like Chuck Norris was very overhyped and very overrated. I mean, his skills, they don't flash, they don't pop out at you. In his films, I'm like, bro, he's boring. He is a boring fighter in his films. I don't get it, because in real life, he is a badass. In real life, Chuck is a great martial artist. He's a legend, icon. He has done everything. He's a grand master. Chuck Norris is a grand master in Taekwondo. He's the real deal. It's just his moves, they don't flash, they don't pop out. Now listen, I got mad love for Chuck Norris because at my dojo, at my Taekwondo dojo, my grandmaster, he has a picture of him and a young Chuck Norris hanging up at his office. So I do have mad love for Chuck Norris overall as an icon. By the way, here's the funny part. Every movie that Chuck Norris is in, every fight scene he's in, he usually gets outdone and outperformed by the guy he's fighting. Usually, the guy he's fighting, he has better punches, he has better kicks, he has a better overall fighting base that's better than Chuck Norris. But they gotta always play down to Chuck Norris and his speed level. That's the problem. He always gets outshined in every fight scene he's in. But his movies, man, like he's boring, man. I don't get it. Chuck Norris, he's a boring actor. I'm sorry. His fight scenes seem so slow. His kicks are slow. He has no classic fight scenes that you can go back and rewatch over and over and over again, unless it's with Bruce Lee. The last great fight he was in was against Bruce Lee. And to me, I think Bruce Lee outclassed Chuck Norris in that fight. Bruce Lee, he looked more advanced. He looked like the teacher and Chuck Norris was the student. That's how he looked. But overall, like, his movies, they have no charisma. They have no personality. His movies are like Michael J. White. Now, he has very, very fundamental moves in his movies, right? Chuck Norris, he's very fundamentally sound. He has great fundamentals in karate and Taekwondo. The moves he does in his movies, they teach you that in Taekwondo and in karate. So I relate to that, but it's like what Michael J. White said. There's certain things in movies that don't look good in movies, where it's like, okay, if this was a real fight, okay, that move will help you out. But when it comes to flash and entertainment, it might not pop out at you on the movie screen. And I get what he was saying, right? There's certain kicks that don't look good on the big screen, but they will help you out in a real fight. Chuck Norris, he instills real life moves, but they don't pop out on the big screen. It's like, yes, he does moves where they teach you that at Taekwondo dojos. They teach you these moves at karate dojos. But that don't mean they are going to look good on the big screen. You gotta do certain moves that you know is going to entertain the audience in these movie theaters. That's my point. His fight scenes are very boring. He has no speed, no quickness, no explosiveness. His fight scenes, they have no imagination. They feel very, very stagey, where it's like, I can't see somebody letting him do that to them. That's what I mean. You need speed, you need quickness. You gotta bring entertainment to the big screen. And I feel like his movies, they lack that. It's like, I don't get motivated by watching Chuck Norris movies because he has flaws. He's not fast enough, he ain't quick. His kicks are very, very slow wind up. I'm like, man, like, be more explosive. You gotta be more entertaining. Jean-Claude Van Damme is very entertaining. Hell, I feel like Seagal is more entertaining than Chuck Norris. See, when you are a martial arts movie actor, yes, it's good to show that you are a great fighter, but you gotta be entertaining. You gotta have tons of charisma. Your moves gotta be flashy. You need flash. Chuck Norris has no flash. I don't get it. I'm like, he trains in Taekwondo. He is a Taekwondo expert. And to my knowledge, Taekwondo fighters are very flashy. I'm very, very flashy. I train in Taekwondo, so I'm flashy. He's not flashy. I don't get it. He does no flashy moves in his movies. See, My taste is, I love seeing Flash, like a Scott Adkins or a Tony Jaa, Bruce Lee, Jim Kelly. I like seeing Flash on that big screen. Now, I will say one of his best movies was Code of Silence, right? Great movie, great film, but most of the time, he plays the same character in over and over and over again. He plays the same character in every movie. The same wardrobe, same jacket, same jeans, the same stoic character, every movie. No movie pops out. Hell, I get mixed up with some of his movies because he plays the same character. Like, honestly, I think Jet Li is better. I think Jackie Chan is better. I think Donnie Yen is better. I think Gary Daniels is better. They got better films. They got better fight scenes. It's more action. It's more entertainment. It's more flash. It's like he rarely has legit martial arts fight scenes like a Bruce Lee or a Jim Kelly or a Donnie Yen or a Jet Li. He never has those kind of fight scenes where he looks evenly matched and these guys are going toe to toe. For example, Walker, Texas Ranger. That was a great show, but once again, boring fight scenes. It's like his movies are more story than fighting. But bro, you are a highly decorated martial artist. We want to see fight scenes, man. We don't want to see just a whole story. I'm sorry, but his movies are boring. It's more story than fighting. And when he does fight, these are just boring, non-explosive, non-aspiring fight scenes. For the past year, I've been trying to give Chuck Norris a chance. His movies, I'm trying to give his movies a chance, but I can't. I can't finish a Chuck Norris movie. He puts me to sleep, and I'm not capping. I always fall asleep during every Chuck Norris film that I try to watch. I'm trying to give him a chance, but I can't. He's just boring, man. Boring stories, the same movies over and over and over again. He has no blockbusters like a Jean-Claude Van Damme, like a Steven Seagal. Those guys, they leapfrogged him in films. They have better films, better fight scenes. It's like, who is his fight choreographer? That's what I want to know. Because these are just bad, boring fight scenes. His movies are always hit or miss, right? When you watch a Jet Li movie, listen, fuck the story. We know we are going to see some great fight scenes. That's all I know. Every Jackie Chan movie, it don't matter if it's a boring story, we are going to see some badass fight scenes. Same with Scott Adkins. It don't matter if he is in a boring ass film, we are going to see some badass great fight scenes. That's what Chuck Norris is missing. It's like he's lazy. I'm sorry, he is a lazy fighter in his films. Like I said, in real life, he is a great martial artist that I respect. But as an actor, as an action film star, nah, bro, he's boring. It's like he's a bootleg John Wayne with martial arts skills, but his martial arts skills just don't translate to movies. That's all. Listen, you can't name me a great Chuck Norris film that was very entertaining, like a Donnie Yen or a Jackie Chan or a Bruce Lee or a Jim Kelly or a Jet Li. He has no films that are entertaining. That's what I don't like. Even Jim Kelly, he also repeated what I said about Chuck Norris. He said, yes, he's a great fighter outside of movies, but when it comes to films, yes, he's boring. He said that if Chuck Norris was black, he wouldn't get film roles. That's what I think. If Chuck Norris was black, he wouldn't get no film roles. Can you say he's more entertaining than Bruce Leroy from The Last Dragon? No. Chuck Norris, he has no expressions. He has no faces when he does karate, right? He has no entertaining faces. He has a very stoic face. It's like, it feels like Chuck Norris is a cowboy who knows karate. That's how it feels. Like I said, if Chuck was black, he wouldn't get no film roles based on his lack of charisma in real life. Yes, Chuck Norris is an icon, legend, great martial artist, but his skills don't flash, don't pop out at you in his films. And that's where the problems lie.